Hey everyone, welcome to the Beyond the Bread. Again, thank you for subscribing. I want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also visit breakbreadbreakchange.com. Um, visit there and get all this content. Check out the newsletter there as well. Subscribe and you'll get everything in your inbox as soon as it comes out. Again, I appreciate the support. As with always, Beyond the Bread is kind of a supplement to the devotional. It's also kind of what I would consider to be a confirmation of things that you've heard and read, not a revelation. So this is a supplement, to the devotional and also to something, maybe God has spoken to you as well. So again, hope you enjoy this edition. This week, this Beyond the Bread is about is based on in due season, which is a devotional that was just um, a release. So what's interesting is I'll just go ahead and jump in and read the scripture and I'll kind of get to the context. So I'm reading from Luke chapter 13, verse 6 through 9. And it reads like this. And he told this parable. A man planted a fig tree that was planted in his vineyard. He came looking for a fruit on it and found none. He told the vineyard worker, listen, for 3 years I have come here looking for fruit on this fig tree and I haven't found any. Cut it down. Why should I even waste the soil? But he replied to him, sir, leave it, leave it this year also until I dig around and fertilize it. Perhaps it will bear fruit next year, but if not, you can cut it down. So it's a lot of interpretations of that scripture. Um, but I guess the direction that I would take it in today is, and it's also along the lines of in due season is, a lot of us have been dealing with disappointment in a lot of areas in our life for a long time, whether it be job, marriage, finances, and you just feel like you're not producing or you haven't produced what you feel like you should. The outcome of what you believe you put in is not um, there. And what I'd like to encourage you today is to dig around that again, fertilize it again, give it not I wouldn't say just another year, but give it more time. Trust that the Lord is working in what you're doing. Um, and so I think that for me, just personally, one of the areas where I struggle in is comparison, right? So you look at yourself and you say, well, I'm this old and I have this many children, I have this job, I have this house. And you look at other people, you say, well, they got more than me, or they have a better, circumstance than me. And you start feeling like you're behind, you haven't done what you're supposed to do. And I want to encourage you today that, God has you right where he wants you to be. You're right where you want to be. If you trust in the Lord and you remain in him, you will produce the harvest he wants in the proper time. I think a lot of times we look at a timeline that we've created to produce a harvest. We say, okay, at 35, this, at 40, this, at 45, 50, whatever your number is, however old you are watching this, we create these artificial seasons that we're going to produce. And it's not necessarily the timeline that God's season has. And so just want to continue to encourage you that, there is a harvest to be had, but we have to trust the Lord, remain in him. I don't have the exact scripture in front of me. I believe it's in John 15 where, God talks about, Jesus specifically talks about remaining in him and he's divine. And that only through him remaining in him can we produce. So just, take that encouragement, whatever area in your life, whether it be, things that seem far away, whether you're going through a divorce, you have a strained relationship with your kids, or if you've been struggling in a job, like don't just try to like give up on it, give it more time, dig around it, fertilize it, do all the things you can do. Because that's the thing about the parable that also stands out to me is that the vineyard owner was ready to cut it down, but the man working the vineyard said, let me do it all I can do. Let me dig around it. Let me put some fertilizer. Let me nurture and care for it. And then if it doesn't work, then I'll let it go. Then I'll cut it down. So I just want to leave you guys with that. I hope that gave you some encouragement from areas in your life, some things you might have been considering giving up on, or is it worth putting the effort into? Is it going to turn around? I'm telling you, yes, if you're trusting in the Lord and he is not giving you a word, to dig it up yet, give it more time, give it a chance to grow again, because that's really where the testimony, that's where the healing power, comes in. When you go through things that don't look like they're going to happen, then you see the power of God. He gets the glory and you get the victory. So Again, just thank you guys for checking out this channel. Again, subscribe. Visit breakbreadbreakchains.com. Subscribe to the newsletter there. Get our latest content. Be sure to share with others. We're all going through a struggle. Everybody has a story. So just, share this with other people that may need to hear it. Again, I appreciate you guys. I love you. I'll see you soon. God bless.